My son started cooking, and my husband told him to stop being a woman. My son Hudson is obsessed with cooking. He's 14 years old and watches cooking competitions like they're the Super Bowl. He started with simple recipes, scrambled eggs and grilled cheese, then moved to stir fries and pasta dishes. When other kids his age were asking for video games for their birthdays, he wanted a chef's knife set and a cast iron skillet. I thought it was wonderful. He'd light up when he cooked, carefully chopping vegetables and tasting sauces. So when he started 8th grade, I let him take over dinner twice a week. He'd plan menus, make shopping lists, and spend hours perfecting recipes. Our kitchen always smelled amazing, and his younger sister would sit at the counter watching him work like he was performing magic. His culinary teacher even called to tell me Hudson was the best student she'd had in 15 years. But then last Tuesday, my husband came home early from work. I was still at the office. Hudson was in the kitchen making chicken piccata, flour dusted across his apron, lemon slices arranged on the cutting board. My husband walked in, saw him at the stove, and I got a text that just said, "Call me now." I called during my break. He was furious. Why is Hudson in the kitchen cooking like a housewife? I didn't understand the question at first, because it's Tuesday, and it's his night to make dinner. My husband's voice went cold. "We need to talk about this when you get home." The drive back was tense. I walked in to find Hudson sitting on the couch, arms crossed, jaw tight. The chicken piccata was still on the stove, untouched. My husband was in the living room, waiting. He didn't waste time. This cooking thing stops today. Hudson is not spending his time doing women's work. I stared at him. It's not women's work. It's just cooking. Anyone can cook. He shook his head. Men provide, women cook. That's how it's always been, and that's how it should be. Our son needs to learn skills that matter, not how to prance around a kitchen. Hudson spoke up then, his voice shaking. "I like cooking. I'm good at it." My husband turned to him. "You're a boy. Boys don't belong in kitchens. What are your friends going to think? What are people going to say when they find out my son wears an apron?" I felt my face getting hot. Plenty of men are chefs, professional chefs. They make careers out of it. He waved his hand dismissively. "That's different. Those are professionals. Our son doesn't need to cook. He needs to focus on real skills. This ends now." That night, my husband threw out Hudson's cookbooks, all 12 of them. He banned Hudson from the kitchen unless it was to grab a snack. Hudson didn't argue. He just went to his room and closed the door. For 3 weeks, the house was silent. Hudson stopped smiling. He'd come home from school, do his homework, and stare at his phone. My husband seemed satisfied. See, he's already over it, just a phase. But I knew better. I'd find Hudson watching cooking videos on his phone with the volume off. His culinary teacher emailed asking why he'd stopped participating in class. And then one afternoon, Hudson came to me with a permission slip. "There's a cooking competition at school. I want to enter." I looked at the paper. It was a big deal. 3 rounds, judged by actual chefs, scholarship prize for the winner. I knew what it meant. If you enter this, your father will find out. Hudson met my eyes. "I know." I signed the permission slip. My husband found out 2 days before the competition when the school sent a confirmation email to both of us. He exploded, called Hudson into the room and told him he was forbidden from participating. Said it was embarrassing. It was inappropriate. People would think we raised him wrong. Hudson stood his ground. "I'm going. You can't stop me." My husband's face went red. "If you walk into that competition, don't bother coming back home." I stepped between them. "That's enough. Hudson is competing, and we're going to support him." My husband turned to me, stunned. "You're choosing his side? I'm choosing our son's happiness. And if you can't handle that, you can leave." Competition day arrived. My husband refused to come, stayed home, fuming. Hudson walked into that venue with his head high, his chef's knife roll under his arm. 43 kids competed. Hudson made it through all 3 rounds. Pan-seared salmon, handmade pasta, chocolate souffle. Each dish better than the last. When they announced the winner, Hudson's name echoed through the hall. First place. Full scholarship to a culinary summer program. The judges called him a natural talent. Parents congratulated him. Teachers praised him. 3 boys from his class asked if Hudson could teach them to cook. My husband noticed the praise. He didn't apologize, but he stopped talking about women's work. He ate the dinner Hudson made that Thursday without a word.